We all know the great colonial empires of Britain, France or Spain. It was super trendy back in the day to have colonies, so basically everyone wanted some. But do you know anything about the colonial ventures of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth? The Polish nobility was very interested in these money machines, but the kings were not really keen of this idea. So one dude with some money and enthusiasm decided to act on his own. This dude was Jakob Hitler, the Duke of Courland and Semigalia.
What? I thought we were talking about Poland.
Yeah, but Courland was a puppet state and later part of the PLC, so stop complaining, it's close enough. Anyway, Jakob Hitler established many trade relations with other Europeans and had one of the largest merchant fleets in Europe. With this fleet he sailed across the ocean to the Caribbean as early as 1637. Just as a comparison, by this time Canada, the 13 colonies and Quebec were merely started, and the New World still had lots of land to offer. Their first working colony was New Courland on Tobago in 1639. But one colony wasn't enough. In 1651, Courland gained a few colonies around the Gambia River. These colonies were not a waste of time and money, they exported many goods and even some tropical birds. Sadly, the small Dutch League couldn't hold these colonies for too long. When the Dutch League's defenses were weakened by the Northern Wars, and the man who made it all possible was a captive of the Swedish army. In 1664, they were formally ceded to England. Courland regained the island of Tobago with the Treaty of Oliva in 1660, but it was abandoned just 6 years later. The last effort of a colony in the Caribbean was on the island of Trinidad, but the dream was over and the colony was abandoned in 1690. This was the end of the Couronian colonial empire, and soon after the PLC was too busy fighting for its independence to care about colonies. In 1882, another dude, named Stefan Solk Rogozinski, wanted to found a Polish colony, even though Poland was a puppet state of the Russian Empire. He did not have any permission to do such a thing, but that didn't stop him. He led an expedition to Cameroon. This expedition was a failure, but surely he would have more success in a second expedition, right? Nope, still no luck. A third expedition never happened, since he was busy being not alive for the most part after 1896. After World War I, Poland became independent again. And as every independent European country, they wanted colonies. Sure, after not existing for hundreds of years, one needs colonies. Well, it wasn't all that intense. Again, some influential wealthy people wanted Poland to have colonies, but the government not so much. By this point, every corner of the world was already owned by someone. So it was proposed that Poland buys territories in South America or Africa. Suggested were places in Brazil, Peru, Angola, Liberia and a few more. Most of the proposed places even already had a Polish minority. Nothing ever really came from this idea due to Poland being invaded. But imagine, if the Polish government just bought a part of another nation as some sort of colony, would others do a similar thing? Maybe this could have started another era of European empires and colonization. Spain buying parts of its old empire, or Sweden buying a few Caribbean islands. Maybe this comes in fashion in the future. Who knows? However, this is pretty much everything I could find about the great Polish colonial ventures. I hope you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe for more. I am working on a few things and they are almost finished, so they should be up soonish, I hope at least.